Fans are shocked by the rumors that are circulating. The most recent rumors coming out of the Love and Hip Hop backstage environment are nothing short of explosive. Two of the most recognizable characters from the program, Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris, are reportedly about to be replaced. These two reality TV veterans may be leaving the show permanently after years of controlling the drama. Not only that, but producers are apparently already looking for new cast members, and the prospective additions are making waves. According to insiders, the audition process has been stressful, with feelings running high as several well-known names are up for grabs. What, though, caused this startling choice? And who might be able to cover the enormous gap that Kirk and Mendeecees left? Even the producers are divided, and the present cast is engaged in a contentious argument. Do Kirk and Mendeecees' appearances on Love and Hip Hop have an end in sight? Or is there going to be a significant turn that will alter everything? We're going to reveal something that will leave you stunned, so stay tuned. Things have been getting hotter behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop than ever before. Since Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris got into a violent altercation, there have been rumors that the show's producers are thinking of making significant changes to the cast. Both Kirk and Mendeecees may be on thin ice, according to people close to the production, though nothing has been confirmed. As if that weren't enough, there are rumors that casting directors have already begun looking for new talent to try something different. It all began with Kirk and Mendeecees' tense relationship during the previous season's conclusion. Supporters recall how the altercation got out of hand and became unexpected. Even though both individuals attempted to minimize the unpleasant consequences on social media, the harm had already been done. According to sources, management at Love and Hip Hop may be trying to find a method to phase them out since they were unhappy with the bad publicity it brought to the series. There have been talks about making changes, particularly in light of the fallout from that clash, according to one industry insider. The network does not want things to go totally out of control, but they do want drama. The news is that producers are already trying out new cast members, and some of the names that are being floated are crazy. This is where things become even more intriguing. A few new faces have reportedly already been approached, and cameras have begun to roll to observe how they mesh with the current dynamic, according to some insiders. Fans are wondering whether Kirk and Mendeecees' time is really over as a result of this, which has shocked the Love and Hip Hop community. Kirk Frost, though, is not going down without a fight. Sources claim that he has been trying his hardest to persuade producers to allow him to remain in the franchise for years. A close source disclosed that Kirk is aware of how reality TV operates. He knows that drama keeps people interested, but he wasn't prepared for such a strong reaction. Then there are Mendeecees. His circumstances are considerably more intricate. Some supporters think that because of his past legal issues and current personal troubles, producers would see him negatively. He contributes too much to the show, according to others, to be replaced. Whether or not Love and Hip Hop would be the same without these two has been the subject of numerous discussions on social media. Rumors have been circulating regarding their possible successors, and some of the names are causing some people to take notice. One name that frequently comes up is Jasmine Blue, who is a rising star in the entertainment industry in Atlanta. She has been making ripples in the industry, so even if she isn't yet well known, producers may find her to be the ideal addition to stir things up. However, the question still stands. If she is entering, then who is departing? It's not only Jasmine Blue either. Some familiar figures who might be making unexpected reappearances are among the other names that have been floated. Because of this ambiguity, Kirk and Mendeecees are frantically attempting to determine whether they still have a place on the show. According to another insider, there has been a lot of tension behind the scenes. It's not looking good for Kirk and Mendeecees as people are picking sides. In spite of everything, both men remain adamant on keeping their positions. They cannot abandon the show because it has helped them establish their brands. However, the situation is being exacerbated by the network's silence. Producers have apparently gone silent despite Kirk's calls seeking clarification. Fans are left wondering if Kirk and Mendeecees' lives are truly over as the uncertainty eats away at them. behind-the-scenes animosity is only increasing as the rumors continue to spread. Some members of the cast are even avoiding Kirk and Mendeecees out of fear of becoming embroiled in the turmoil. Some secretly hope they go because they see it as a chance to show off. Whatever happens next, one thing is certain: love and hip-hop is going to change significantly, and not everyone will be included. Kirk was pushed into a downward spiral after receiving a call just when he believed things couldn't get much worse. The disturbing new information that producers had already been filming with possible replacements was disclosed by someone close to the project. It dawned on him then that this was more than a rumor. It was real. The only thing left to wonder was, who was replacing him? Hearing the startling news, Kirk Frost sat stunned. He was completely taken aback by the notion that producers were already filming with possible substitutes. He had played the game long enough to understand the implications. The topic of discussion had shifted from rumors to his future on love and hip-hop. Even worse, it's likely that Mendeecees was in the same situation. Kirk had done a good job in his post for years. He has the ability to keep people talking and provide drama. It felt different this time, though. The issue seemed to have been decided without his input, and it was no longer about what he could do to save his spot. And that was the true sting. He picked up the phone right away and dialed Mendeecees. The dialogue was tense. "Have you heard, bro? They're already filming new subjects." Mendeecees let out a deep sigh at the other end. "I've been hearing things, guy, but I wasn't trying to believe them. This is more than just a conversation," Kirk remarked, massaging his brow. After a minute of silence, Mendeecees said, "We might really be out. But they don't just dump people like that. For them, it's a game, so they intensify the drama initially and make people question whether we're actually leaving." Mendeecees wasn't incorrect. Rumor and the mayhem that went on behind the scenes were the lifeblood of love and hip-hop. If the producers truly wanted to add additional cast members, they wouldn't merely make the announcement. Before taking any formal action, they would allow the drama to develop and allow the audience to make assumptions. But this seemed to be a maneuver of power. Meanwhile, news of the event was already spreading on social media. Whether Kirk and Mendeecees should remain or if the show needed new characters was up for debate among fans. According to some devoted viewers, the show wouldn't be the same without them. Other people, something new was what they were eager for. One person wrote on Twitter, "To be honest, love and hip-hop needs to change things up. Kirk and Mendeecees have been around for ages." Another commented, "I don't believe these rumors. They're not getting rid of Kirk and Mendeecees. They add too much drama to the show. It's time for a new cast." However, Kirk was particularly drawn to one tweet in particular. A fuzzy picture from a production set had been shared online, and Jasmine Blue was standing directly in the center of it. She wasn't alone either. The post said, "Producers of love and hip-hop were seen filming with new faces. Is this the next generation?" Kirk asked himself, feeling a chill. He had been keeping an eye on Jasmine Blue. She would stop at nothing to gain attention because she was desperate for fame. It was serious business if she was engaged. What's the worst part? In the leaked picture, the woman standing beside her was a former acquaintance of his, Ashley Monette. Kirk felt his heart sink. He hadn't heard the name Ashley in a while. She had a complicated, incomplete past with him. Producers were undoubtedly laying the groundwork for a plot involving him if she was being introduced. That's when he realized that this was more than just removing him from the show. They were going to reveal him. Mendeecees, meanwhile, was occupied with his own mess. In addition to the fact that Yandy Smith had been unusually quiet about the situation, the rumors about his successor had begun to gain traction. She usually defended their position on the show and quickly put an end to rumors. This time, though, she didn't speak at all. The sensation that something was being withheld from him persisted in Mendeecees' mind. His instinct was powerful, and it was shouting that something was wrong at the moment. Then, unexpectedly, a buddy of his who was employed in production called. "I don't know whether you heard, but they're testing out new cast members." "Hey dude, and they have someone who could cause you trouble." Mendeecees straightened his back. Who do you mean by a problem? Before the speaker on the other end spoke again, there was a little pause in the clue. Someone is saying they have receipts on you, buddy. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but they're saying they have evidence of some of the things you did before you left. Mendeecees froze. Prior to his departure, that was before to his jail term. This implied that he had purportedly been a family guy and cleaned up his behavior. It also implied that someone was trying to destroy him. Jasmine Blue was enjoying the attention in the meanwhile. Being on Love and Hip Hop was her lifelong goal, and now her time appeared to have finally arrived. She wasn't going to let the chance pass her by because she knew her name had been circulating. When she went live on Instagram, her fans flooded the comment section. Girl, are you joining the cast? Did you take Kirk's place? Smirking, Jasmine flipped her hair. You'll have to wait and see, she said without providing any confirmation. However, she wasn't denying it either. At that moment, a shocking revelation was made by someone in the comments. What's that, Ashley moment? We heard you two have been filming together. Jasmine smiled even more broadly. Near the camera, she leaned in. The tea is really hot, darling, and you're not prepared. The internet went wild. The following headlines appeared on gossip pages within minutes. Is Kirk in trouble? Jasmine Blue and Ashley Monette are bringing major drama to Love and Hip Hop. Mendeecees' dark past is returning to torment him. A new cast member has pay stubs. The pressure was increasing. Mendeecees and Kirk had limited time. They were already being replaced, whether they liked it or not. Kirk Frost was a restless person. Fans were asking him directly if he had been replaced, while his phone was inundated with messages from industry pals, Love and Hip Hop insiders, and others. As he read the never-ending barrage of remarks on social media, his jaw tensed. Kirk needs to start looking for a new career because Ashley and Jasmine will soon be taking over. He couldn't believe it. Imagine being kicked off your own show by your old drama. Couldn't be me. If Kirk and Mendeecees are truly out, I might actually start watching again. It was more than just a rumor. The general public was supporting it. Even worse, the creators weren't even attempting to stop it. This was a setup, not a haphazard plot point. Kirk forcefully smashed his phone onto the table. I must immediately repair this. What was his initial thought? Going straight up to Jasmine Blue. She needed to understand that she was playing with fire if she was actually involved in this and supported the producers in creating this story against him. After finding her number, he gave her a call. It rang once, 2 times. Then Jasmine responded, look who it is, with a laugh in her voice. When would you get in touch with me? Kirk yelled, Jasmine, stop playing games. I know what's happening. You think you're slick, but I see what you're doing. Jasmine chuckled softly. You're behaving as though I made this choice, Kirk. The producers? You didn't know why they picked me. They called me. Kirk's hold on the phone grew more firm. The reason for this is that the audience is tired with you, and they want new drama. And who better than the woman who is fully aware of the skeletons you have been concealing? Kirk's stomach fell. Jasmine had knowledge. Items that might destroy his marriage, his reputation, or possibly his profession. She also wasn't playing a bluff. Kirk said softly, you need to stay in your lane, Jasmine. You don't know what you're getting into. Oh, but I do, she sighed. And trust me, Kirk, you don't control the storyline this time. She abruptly ended the call. With his mind racing, Kirk sat motionless. It wasn't just about getting a replacement. This was about the repercussions of his history. Did Jasmine have any receipts too? He was then in serious trouble. Kirk was struggling with his own nightmare, while Mendeecees was facing a whole other issue. Regarding the rumors, Yandy was still keeping far too quiet. More than that, Mendeecees was beginning to suspect that his own wife was hiding something from him for the first time in a long time. One night, when their children were asleep, he finally went up to her. Yandy, you haven't mentioned the entire replacement situation. She hardly raised her head from her phone to ask, what's up with that? Because it's not my fight to fight, Mendeecees. What am I expected to do if they're taking your place? She slammed her words into his face. In response, he yelled, "You should have my back. Do you really believe I can just sit here and let some fresh actors replace me?" With a sigh, Yandy set her phone aside at last. Listen, the producers don't give a damn about loyalty. They will arrange for new faces to increase ratings. The only thing you can do is demonstrate that you are still important to the show. Mendeecees' jaw tightened. Yandy's face softened as she asked, "And how can I do that?" Mendeecees slowly nodded, saying, "By making sure your name is still the biggest one in the headlines." If the producers were looking for drama, he was going to deliver it in spades. The following day, Mendeecees contacted a reliable source at a well-known gossip website. Someone he knew would publish an article without checking to see if it was true. When he said, "I got something for you, make sure it blows up," a headline became popular online within hours. Mendeecees fights back against love and hip-hop producers, refuses to be replaced. Fans erupted. Immediately, comments began to pour in. "Oh, so Mendeecees aren't going down without a fight. Let's go. I knew he wouldn't just walk out like that. They had better give him his place back. Are they really attempting to push him out for what?" "No, this isn't how I feel." The tactic was effective. The producers were being forced to recognize Mendeecees, and if they believed that they could simply eliminate him, they were going to discover very quickly that he could not be replaced. Mendeecees was struggling to stay in the game, but Kirk's circumstances were getting out of hand. Because Ashley Monette had just come out in public for the first time. With a passionate voice and a dimly lit room, she went live on Instagram. "I wasn't even gonna speak on this," she went on. However, since people are always asking, the answer is yes. I have been filming with love and hip-hop. The comment section exploded, and let me just say this. Some individuals are going to be exposed. Discoosd. We need specifics. Oh no, who is she referring to? Ashley bit her lip, seemingly unsure of whether to say anything more. Kirk better start sweating. Let's just say, some people been out here playing innocent when they know they did some dirty things back in the day. And I have the receipts, she finally said. The video had already stopped, but the damage had already been done. Already, Kirk's name was being pulled. What's the worst part? He didn't know what Ashley would disclose. However, one thing was clear. This was more than just a substitute plot. This has to do with the reckoning. The fan base for love and hip-hop became split as the rumors of Kirk Frost and Mendeecees Harris being replaced grew stronger. While some thought it was time for new actors to take over, others thought that the show's soul would be destroyed if such longtime cast members were removed. Social media was ablaze with conflicting responses, with hashtags like #NewerLHA and #KeepKirkandMendeecees trending at the same time. However, Kirk and Mendeecees were not surrendering easily behind the scenes. Kirk contacted his industry contacts to inquire about whether VH1 was indeed considering replacing him. Kirk had always taken pride in being a businessman first. He was also interested in determining how much influence he still had in the franchise. He reportedly demanded answers from executive producers and even attempted to contact Moma Scott Young personally, according to insiders. On the other hand, Mendeecees took a totally different strategy. He was upset not only about the performance, but also about how easily people were prepared to ignore him after all the years he had spent shaping love and hip-hop into what it is now. In order to demonstrate that he and Kirk were still important to the plot, he supposedly rallied support from other cast members. However, he encountered hesitancy at every call. Being in the midst of a possible dispute between the cast and the producers was something that nobody desired. Ever the strategist, Yandy had already begun to plan. For Mendeecees, what would it mean if she was truly on the chopping block? Would her role in the franchise remain intact? Or was she likewise vulnerable to replacement? In case things went south, she allegedly began talking to her colleagues about possible contingency plans. VH1 said nothing, however, while Kirk and Mendeecees fought for their place. The fact that no formal statement was issued merely served to increase the level of conjecture. A list of possible new cast members who were allegedly being considered to replace Kirk and Mendeecees was revealed by an unknown source just when everyone thought things couldn't get much messier. Names on the list included rapper Rico Prince, who is known for his outrageous antics, and Jasmine Blue, a young influencer with connections to the industry. The fans were astonished. These individuals were who? Furthermore, why was VH1 seeking new faces by looking outside of the original cast? When the rumors were addressed by Jasmine Blue herself, the crisis escalated. Jasmine acknowledged that she had been in discussions with producers on Instagram Live. She chose to be evasive instead, stating, "I mean, if the occasion presents itself, why not? Don't you believe love and hip-hop needs a fresh injection of energy?" Social media was enraged by that one phrase alone. Was this proof that the replacement of Kirk and Mendeecees was indeed happening? A screenshot that was posted purportedly showed Kirk responding to Jasmine's remarks, which fueled the flames. Presumably from his own account, the message said, "Ain't nobody taking my spot. Too much time spent here for that." On the other hand, other fans conjectured that the screenshot might not be authentic. Mendeecees, meanwhile, became enraged and chose to confront the matter head-on. He was unrestrained during an unexpected live performance. "My only advice is to not believe everything you hear. Real individuals are aware of the truth, while others want to stir things up." Fans wondered if he was dismissing the rumors or implying that anything was going on behind closed doors after his enigmatic statement. As the conjecture intensified, fans sought clarification from Love and hip-hop producers. Again, though, VH1 offered no confirmation nor denial, which led many to assume that the whole thing was a PR gimmick to generate excitement for the next season. One thing was clear by this time: whether Kirk and Mendeecees liked it or not, Love and hip-hop was about to undergo change. However, the question still stood: could they maintain their position? Or was the franchise really prepared to move on without them? In an instant, the world of Love and hip-hop has been plunged into utter anarchy. If these rumors are accurate, Kirk and Mendeecees' many years as mainstays on the show may be coming to an end. Could this truly be the start of a new era for the franchise, given the names being floated, such as Rico Prince and Jasmine Blue? Or is this only another marketing gimmick to keep people talking? There is no doubt that the drama is far from over. Will Kirk and the Mendeecees respond and take back their position, or will newcomers take center stage? Above all, what are your thoughts on this potential reorganization? Should the originals remain in place, or do you think Love and hip-hop needs a fresh boost? Leave your comments below with your ideas. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and enable notifications so you don't miss any updates. This is just the beginning of the narrative, and you won't want to miss what comes next. Keep an eye on things because they are going to grow even more intense.